vacant NextGen welterweight title on the line. Incredibly talented athletes. Las Vegas Lledo, the frozen one, Trey Frazier. Lledo wasting no time. Striking his way into a couple of takedown attempts early. Works the inside trip, and look at the recovery there from Frazier.
Just great balance from Frazier. Again, so I was just bragging about how that inside trip was so reliable. We've seen it 3 times tonight get denied.
Sticks with it though, makes it happen and steps over to mount immediately. My goodness. Frazier showed some real skills there earlier, but Lledo was not to be denied.
No, just staying with it, staying with the game plan, keeping the pressure on, understanding what he brings to the table, and if he just keeps throwing his offense at Frazier, he feels like he'll eventually catch something. He's got a good little bite. Okay, so yeah, Frazier did a good job of not allowing Lledo to set up an anaconda choke there.
Using that long frame, Frazier from range, but Lledo showing the speed and the quickness. Great athlete indeed. We've seen him twice in the NextGen cage. But Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier's length is giving Lledo a little problem. You see him, he's punching from a little too far away, but Frazier can still kind of hit him from where he's at.
Great matchup early, a lot of action here early in the opening round. Look at this, another big takedown attempt. Beautiful work from Lledo.
Yeah, great lateral drop from Lledo. I saw that in the highlight reel prior.
That's one of his go-to moves, but credit to Frazier once again. Doesn't stay put, works to his knees, works to a standing position. Just past the halfway mark of the opening round. Lledo, I think, wants to keep this in tight as much as he can. As you said, that range of Frazier was giving him some problems. He'll have to separate and work from distance, and there you see long punches, Trey Frazier.
And Frazier needs to do that. I think Frazier needs to bend his knees a little bit and really sit down on some of them punches.
Agreed, right? Because he's finding
he's finding his home for him, but he's just a little too upright, especially with the jab, to really do any damage with it.
Knee was thrown inside there as well. You see, Lledo wants the best test available to him. Well, he's got one tonight in Trey Frazier. Lledo, look at the take. Look at just muscling and techniquing his way through there. Frazier, though, immediately looking for the sweep.
Yeah, Frazier is strong.
Really strong.
I can't imagine him being able to sustain that level of strength throughout the duration of a fight.
And Lledo has moved to mount, posturing up, landing some punches here late. A couple of nice left hands there. Frazier turns, he's trying to escape. He's trapped on his hip right now. See Dave Brogan taking a look. Back to full mount for Lledo. Just seconds remaining here in his opening round. Lledo looking for a finish here late. Frazier gonna hang on. Man, 2 highly skilled athletes put on an impressive opening round.
Now this will be interesting. This is a gut check for Trey Frazier. He's probably never been in this position before where he lost the first round. Not only did he lose, he had some moments, but he was dominated in the first round. How does he come back in someone else's home? He's gotta look at himself in the mirror at this point and realize, I'm in a fight.
Yes, he really is. And he had some great moments. You take a look at the corner of Lledo as well there. I mean, listen, he didn't exactly just dominate all aspects of that. He felt some touch as well.
All right, so if we look at this takedown here, steps behind, but he stays when he gets the inside trip here. Beautiful technique from there. Then now here we see him step behind again, and then this lateral drop, just beautifully executed technique. Now we see Lledo in on the takedown. Releases, realizes he has nothing, but throws a right hand over the top and catches Frazier. Lledo in the mount, up against the fence, trapping Frazier in between the fence, just ground and pound to finish the round out.
Incredible finish from Lledo, as you said, kind of a gut check for Frazier, who fought very well in the opening round, dominated there though late. Let's see what adjustments are made here in round 2. Nice right hand there from Lledo into the shot. Frazier once again. Man, Lledo is just so good with that.
Yeah, I mean, once he steps behind and he gets you a little off balance, but look at the strength of Frazier. Just being able to create that amount of space takes so much energy.
He's trying to work his way out. He's stuck in a crucifix there briefly. He's at least able to work back to half guard underneath. And you said just the power in that long, rangy frame of Trey Frazier. easy to see why he's 8-0 at this point in his career, but Lledo has moved to top once again. As I say that, Frazier not accepting of the position, gets out, back to his feet. He understands where he's going to win this fight. It seems like he would be on the feet using that range to his advantage.
Yeah, but you see his legs, like you see how tall he's standing? Like he's not getting the maximum amount of power in his punches because he's standing so tall and not really using his legs. And then now you're starting to see, because he is so tall, Lledo being able to get underneath him, and it's going to be a little easier for Lledo now to get those takedowns.
Yeah, that was just gorgeous timing on the entry there. Frazier now is flat on his back, as much as he's been reluctant to settle and he's been working back to his feet. Although, as I say that, hits that little elevator sweep, but look at the reaction from Lledo. Oh, straight into an arm triangle setup.
Yeah, Lledo all over him.
My goodness. Frazier knows he's got to defend here. He pushes down wisely with that left arm. You see, creating the space he needs to stay alive. But Lledo still does have the hands locked. Now he lets them go in favor of stepping back over the mount. Great awareness from Lledo.
Yeah, and he's also got grapevines on the legs. It kind of controls some of the leg work that Frazier can do.
Postures up, lands a few punches, but felt the hips start to shift, so settle back down to maintain that control. Minute to go here in round 2. High-level matchup between these two athletes. The vacant NextGen welterweight title on the line. Lledo already a belt holder at 175 pounds. How cool would it be to be a champ here in the CFFC NextGen division?
Yeah, that's the goal, right? Goal be champ.
That's it. Conor McGregor made it the goal for every athlete out there. Right now, Lledo, side control. Steps over, working for that crucifix once again. Landing short left hands. Frazier, though, I like the resolve, not staying down.
Yeah, just, Frazier's very slippery. He's very slippery from these positions. He finds a way to find a hole. He creates a little, he uses his length to create space from the outside parts of his body, and then he uses those as holes to find ways out of these very precarious positions.
Final seconds ticking off the clock here in round 2. Lledo has control, but they will finish on the feet. Another impressive round for Las Vegas Lledo, but Trey Frazier is proving himself not willing to simply go away and hand this over to the Aljo MMA product.
Well, if Lledo wanted a tough test, he's got one tonight.
No question, Trey Frazier's got some skills. I think he could potentially be down 2 rounds to none right now, but he's got some talent. Take a look there, Bill Aljo, obviously veteran of the game.
And Bill Aljo was always fun to watch.
Yes.
He was such a character. He was really fun to watch.
Completely agree. Always made it entertaining.
When he was
creative style,
Herbert Burns looking away and punching.
He understands putting on a show. You know what I mean?
He always put on a show.
That's what the sport is about, Dean Thomas, right? Yes, it's about wins and losses. Yes, it's about getting results, but people are here to be entertained as well.
Well, it's about, do people want to pay money to watch you fight?
That's it. That's the question. James Lledo, Trey Frazier, vacant NextGen welterweight belt on the line. Final round here. You hear the crowd coming alive, chanting Lledo. Wanted to see the Pennsylvania man. Maybe second tight, let's say.
And Lledo showing a little bit of patience here. He understands the danger on the opposite side. And there goes a takedown again.
That is money for him every single time. Gorgeous work. And if you're scouting him out, you better be ready to defend that every time. He steps over the mountain. Look at that head position as well.
He's got to be careful here because he's got a lot of weight centrally located on the hips of Frazier, and Frazier's so explosive. He got great minded. If he didn't great mind, see, that's that buck that I was talking about. But he did a good job of just spreading his weight back because initially he was centrally located on the hips of Frazier, which allowed Frazier an opportunity to get him off balance.
And I'll tell you what, Dean, I know this is a frustrating position and perhaps a frustrating night for Trey Frazier, but Trey Frazier has some building blocks.
Yeah, he's got some building blocks. He's obviously got some things to work on, but in terms of his talent and his potential, sky's the limit.
Completely agree with that. All right, a little cut maybe on James Lledo as well. We'll take a look at that. We can see it, but you can see the blood smearing on the body of Trey Frazier. See if we can get a better look at that.
Oh, looks like it's leaking a little bit.
Yes, he is. Trey Frazier, they're halfway to go here in round 3. In that open guard. You see the blood really starting to accumulate there. Lledo continues to try to step over. Frazier throwing punches from underneath. Of course, doesn't have the ability to throw elbows here in the NextGen division, but doing what he can from his backward punches.
And Lledo understanding his assignment. He's going to stay heavy on top of Frazier. Trying to get over to half guard, but Frazier's legs are so long, making it a little bit more difficult. There we see he finally gets to half guard. But Frazier was doing a good job of just using his length and not allowing it to be easy for Lledo to get to half guard. And again, we see him replacing his guard again. Just the length of Frazier making it difficult.
Frazier, to his credit, working from his back. Obviously difficult to do real damage underneath, but still trying. Grappling to James Lledo has proved very difficult to navigate. He's been on top every round. Takedowns seem to get a bit more of an exclamation point every time, and the control time is really adding up here in round 3. Final seconds of round number 3. The chance of Lledo rise again. And it seems the 175-pound title holder may be getting a 170-pound belt as well. But you see the respect between those two athletes as the round was over. They know they were both tested tonight. I mean, this was a high-level matchup on paper, and I feel like it played out high level in the cage as well. I think this fight is going to make both of these men better.
It'll absolutely make them better. But again, this is where we see the difference in the regions of where they're good at. Just the level here in Pennsylvania, maybe a little bit more than Arkansas. But we saw James Lledo being tested. He had to pull out some tricks. He needed to do some things that he probably never had to do before a fight. Let's look at some of this action. There's that right hand stepping into the single leg, comes up to the body lock. Let's look at it again. Right hand gets that, goes for the double up to the body lock. And here's where Lledo was so brilliant tonight, stepping behind and just getting that drop, and then being able to establish himself on the near side and not get tossed over.
Yeah, you talked about it, establishing that position as well. You take a look there, the fan club in there, let's go Lledo, but that lateral drop is so fantastic. And then, as you said, the ability to kind of settle back on top and make sure you maintain that position, because you can see Frazier, we talked about the strength of Frazier, we talked about the range. He was trying to roll with it and keep that momentum going, but wasn't able to do so. Lledo there, it's a little stern in the face. I think he's probably victorious, but maybe not quite up to his standards, but that's what happens when you face a top-level opponent. These two men both face top-level caliber opponents tonight. Great fight put together, and it's time for us to crown a new 170-pound champion. Let's take it up to Dr. David Sarno.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges, Belinsky, Monsky, and Urban, have the fight 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision and the new NextGen welterweight champion of the world, Philadelphia's own, out of the red corner, James Las Vegas Lledo!
I'm here with your winner, James Lledo. Champ, how's it feel?
It feels really good. I worked very hard for this. I always know I'm going to win every time, but my goal is to dominate. And for anybody that wants to say I lay and pray, I don't lay and pray. I bang. And the truth is, bro, there ain't a pro or amateur out doing what I'm doing. Who took on a 7-0 last month? Me. Who shut him out? Me. Who's taking on an 8-0 this week and shutting him out? Me. And next time, it's going to be a lot better than that, I promise that. But when you're at the top, you got a target on your back, so I don't want to hear no bullshit about I'm boring. I'm the guy to beat, and nobody's touching me anytime soon. That's the truth.
You look fantastic. You had a lot of great takedowns. You fought an undefeated guy coming in. Was there anything that he did to you tonight that gave you any problems?
No, everything's expected. Everybody's tough. You got to be tough to beat 8 guys in MMA and 6 in kickboxing, but I'm trying to show y'all, bro. I'm a new level. I'm a different beast in this game, and I'm still only an amateur. My goal tonight was to have nobody in this crowd know that I'm an amateur. They all think I'm a highly touted pro. That's my goal every time I'm out here, and it's only gonna keep going up from that.
Well, let's talk about that. When do we expect to see you be a professional?
Yeah, well, I'm all about history. And word on the street is that December 20th in Atlantic City at ETS Arena, it's gonna have its biggest gate for CFFC. And you wanna talk about history? I just shut out number 4, number 3 pussied out. I already beat number 2, so that only leaves room for 1. You know what? Todd Pickett, show up, good old-fashioned CFFC versus LFA matchup. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you like the redheaded stepchild you are, bro. Get here now.
I think we gotta leave it at that. You can't drop no any more than that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together for your boy, James Lledo.
I mean, come on. We talked about it. This is sports, of course, but it's entertainment as well, and James Lledo is about as entertaining as it gets, that's for sure.